Yo, let's do this. Kick up a jungle, just gangster, stalking, living life like a firecracker. This is my view. The dead is a death match. The colors I choose, red and blue because of blood. It just don't matter. Something die for your life with my shotgun. Yeah, and colors will never die. Just multiply colors. You don't know me. You disown me. I don't need your assistance. So most persistent any problem I got, I just push in. Come like a body, like pieces of reality. My colors, my honor, my color. Colors, probably one source. Call him. What a young brother got shot. I got jacked. Mother on crack. My sister can't work because the arms show tracks. Mad, content to live in profanity. Then some people claim they understand me. Give me a break. The world is living in tactics. Must say, yes, my religion.
Guess my religion. Guess my religion. Guess my religion. Got some feedback here. Oh, I think I know what's going on. I know what's going on. I know what's going on. There you go. All right, sorry about that. So, welcome. Been a long time since I used, what's this shit called? StreamYard. Been a while. But I used to use StreamYard when guests, my personal elite of the elite. That's right, in case you didn't know. We at the Illuminati God, Hollywood God show, whatever you want to call it. I don't care. We are the elite of the elite. We are the aristocracy. We are above all these other newbies out there on YouTube. We've been talking about this. Let me think. Shit. How long have I been at this? I'd like to say officially since 2012. But I'm at this talking about the Illuminati scumbags that run Hollywood, socialist pigs of Hollywood, since at least 2008, 2009. So YouTube knows what I'm about, and they never liked it. That's okay. I don't like them either, you know. But it makes me the underground king. And I predicted all of this shit that's going on. I predicted all of this shit back then. I told you how the sons of bitches are manipulating, how they put in hidden messages and garbage, Freemasonic mumbo jumbo in the movies for a very long time. I told you how they gradually use these films as propaganda to move you, the cattle, that's what they call you, in a particular way, in a particular direction. I told you. And now you're beginning to see it. It's so obvious in your face. You cannot deny it anymore. And there's nothing you can do about it. That's the real pathetic shit of the whole situation. You can bitch and complain, but the agenda moves forward. The agenda never changes. They're going to get their new world order one way or another. And if they can't do it the nice way, they're going to do it the bad way. And we all know what that entails. If you don't, you better research Waco, Texas, Oklahoma City, Atlanta, and 9/11. You can't get away from it. There's nothing you can do. All you can do is look at the propaganda that they're putting in front of you, the warnings that they're giving you, just like this latest version of Superman. I'm going to give you some context to my fandom of Superman. Like everyone else, I was a child. I remember watching Superman in the Justice League cartoon. I remember vaguely watching the old black and white episodes of the Superman show from the 50s, I think it was. And of course, I remember watching the 1978 film Superman on TV. And let me explain this correctly, set the record straight. When I'm talking about the Superman movies, 1978 on TV, I'm talking about the 3-hour-long cut. That's right. Even without all the scenes that they filmed for part 2, because that was going to be one damn movie. Part 2 and part 1 were supposed to be one damn movie, but they cut it. But even without the stuff from part 2, the original film was still 3 hours fucking long on TV. And that's the version of the Superman movie I remember. There was a lot more scenes with Lex Luthor, a lot more scenes with Superman doing things, and it was just a better film. That's why many years after that, when I revisited on video, on DVD and Blu-ray, I was like, wait a minute, there's something missing. There's something missing. This is not the Superman movie I watched as a child on TV. There was a lot of stuff in it that's not in it no more. And that's what was known as the theatrical cut, which for me is an okay cut, but still I prefer the 3-hour-long TV cut. But with that said, don't be dismayed by the thumbnail that I'm using in this video. It is not fake. To show you how they mock you, how they make fun of you. I've been telling you, I've been reading Mystery Babylon. Hey, Tracy Jackson. I've been reading Mystery Babylon to you, the series by Bill Cooper. And I've revealed to you what this whole thing of Superman is all about. The illumined man. The sign of the beast is 666. And what do you know? The cover to the 666th issue of Superman was indeed showing you the truth. The beast from Krypton, 666. So a lot of you guys go to these movies and you just want to have fun, and I get it. But you're taking your children and you're taking yourselves, not understanding that you're being brainwashed, you're being conditioned, and your children more so, to accepting this alien, this Messiah. And let's get this whole alien shit. Let's get this whole shit ready. I don't know if there are aliens. I don't know or care, quite frankly, if there are other planets with life. I don't care. I don't give a fuck one way or the other. But when we watch these movies, about aliens, you must understand, okay, what they're referencing is themselves, the elite, the chosen people, the master race. This is the lie that they told a long time ago to the people, that they had to be rulers, they had to be their gods, because they descended from the stars. In essence, aliens. It's not real, but this is what they told the idiots and morons who they ruled over, to justify their tyranny, to justify their oppression that they would cause the people, their slavery. The priest kings told the people, you gotta follow us. You gotta do what we say. They learned a long time ago that they can sway what they consider the masses, the cattle, with stories. They're the master manipulators. They started telling stories about beings from the sky, and I'm one of them. I'm descended. My blood is better than yours, so I must rule you. In essence, Superman. I'm better than you. What does the Bible say? The number of the beast? 666. Does this end? Does the letter S really represent super? Or does it really mean Satan? And why are the colors of communism? Can one of y'all out there answer that question? Why is Superman's emblem the colors of communism? Red and gold, red and yellow. They mock you and your idiocy and your stupidity by putting on the cover what Superman really is, the beast of Revelation, Satan, Antichrist, which only means substitution for Christ. That's all it means. Some years ago, they released a version of Superman in comic book form called a Red Sun. Remember that one? Where Superman actually crashed in Russia instead of the United States. Y'all like that too. That was fun, right? They reveal the truth ever so often. I hope, Tracy Jackson, I hope you come in. I put up the link for you to join me. If you have any balls and you have an opinion about this movie, look, I'm going to tell you the truth. I watched the film in my villa in Europe. I was drunk, and it was early in the morning. And I got to be honest with you. I'm trying to remember if I did or did not do what I'm about to say. Yeah, I think I did. I had to put it at 1.5 or 2.0 speed just to get through it. I've already had, and you know what's interesting to me is the complaints I'm hearing from people who this movie was made for. It is full of woke. And I don't believe anybody that tells you there's nothing woke in it. You see, they talk about woke, and they don't even know what they're talking about. They don't know the imagery. They don't know the symbolism. They only know the outward shit. They're not looking at the inside shit. Me, unfortunately, because of my training and study, I can't even avoid it anymore. When I see the symbolism in it, I see it. There's a scene in the movie, and it's not the only movie, the original 1978 movie as well. If you watch it again, there's a scene in the movie where there's an obelisk obelisk, I don't know how you fucking say it. The penis of Osiris. A penis, a dick, a cock. There's one in this one too. In the scene where Clark and Lois are talking and she's interviewing him as Superman, in the background on the fireplace, you might be saying, oh, what does that mean? That's coincidence. Okay, why is it also in Batman 89? That's right. Where Bruce Wayne and Vicky Vale are talking and the Joker interrupts. On top of their fireplace as well. Two, count it, two penises, cocks on the fireplace shelf. And in the original Superman 78, there's another one as well. The penis. I'm sorry for those of you who are offended. That big, giant thing that you don't know what it is, that's right. The Washington Monument is nothing but a big fucking dick. And you go over there and you talk about, oh, how beautiful. And you don't even know what the fucking thing is. You're looking at a big dick. That's what you're looking at. A cock. But you love it, don't you? You're worshiping a cock. Hey, Tracy, let me see. Tracy says, yeah, Superman was hard trash. They really ruined Superman. Vegan Superman is crazy. Those animated Superman cartoons from back in the day were perfect. Look, you have to know something about the plans of the powers that be. They want to establish socialism, but to do it, they have to destroy everything that makes us Americans. Everything that makes up what the United States is all about. They have to destroy it from within. And if you don't think that they're making these movies of purpose this bad, you're an idiot and you're a moron. You gotta be stupid. They're not stupid. They're not stupid. They're purposely destroying your favorite franchise, your favorite icons, your pop culture. They're doing it on purpose. That's the agenda. So that when they take over, when they implement the New World Order, they can replace all these cultural icons with new ones. You have to understand the mentality of the elite. Those who are really in charge. Those who don't ever see their faces. The priests of the mystery religion of Babylon. You're looking at the president. You're looking at the dictator. You're looking at the Mussolinis and the Hitlers. You're looking at the Trumps and the Bidens and Obamas. You're looking at everybody else. But the real motherfucker's in charge. Why do you think Superman's getting his ass handed to him in almost every scene of this movie? Doesn't Superman supposedly represent the United States? He's a proud American? Truth, justice, and what? We're coming into hard times, y'all. Hard times. That's what I get from the movie. We're getting into a war. That's what I think the movie is telling us. World War is imminent. When exactly it's going to start? You see, I don't follow clowns on YouTube. They have their schedule. Only they know their schedule. Anybody telling you any different, that they know when everything's going to go down, is a bullshitter, is a liar. I can't tell you how many times I come across this website or this YouTube channel, this link, something on TikTok, something on Instagram, where somebody is talking about, I know when things are going to happen. This is what's going to happen. Blah, 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 blah. Nope. When they pull the trigger, you're not going to know about it. It's going to be a surprise. And you're going to lose your minds. Something big's coming, y'all. The question is when and where. What to look for. It's simple why people like this, because they're morons. The stupidity of the American people today is so below average. They're stupid. They are actually breeding people who are proud to be stupid. People who are so spiritually dead, they have nothing in their lives, that they have to wait. Oh, the new Superman movie. Yeah. They got nothing. They got nothing. So they have to look for some substitution. They have to find a substitution for that which they lack in their own personal lives. These are spiritually dead, soulless people. This is what the bastards, the master race, the chosen people want. This is exactly what they want. And if you ask me, I think there's a lot of lies going on. I think we're not even getting the real numbers of the box office because, quite frankly, movies in the theaters are not doing as good as they used to. Look at me. I don't have to go to the theater to see a goddamn Super Jew movie. All I got to do is go to Europe, to my villa. Oh, you see, but you fell for it, didn't you, Tracy? You see, now Tracy Jackson is talking about the stupid idiots who went to go see Superman, Super Jew, Satan Man, the Illumined Man, the Beast. But he likes Fantastic Four, and guess what? It's the same propaganda. It's the same bullshit. Even if the movie is a better film, it doesn't matter. It's the same shit. Which y'all have to realize, they get you coming and you're going. They got you. If you didn't like this movie, they get you with the other movie. The agenda does not change. The same messaging, the same shit. Maybe the person that made the Fantastic Four movie is a better director than Crypto Jesuit Gunn. And the reason why I call him Crypto Jew, he goes around talking, using an Irish name. All the while, he pretends to be a Jew. That's okay. Knock yourselves out. But if you're going to try to convince me, Tracy Jackson, I refuse to watch another Fantastic Four movie. How many have there been? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9? How many chances do I have to give? Well, I haven't seen the film, so I don't know if that's right. And honestly, I didn't even want to watch the new Superman movie. I didn't even want to watch it because I knew already what I was going to see. More propaganda, more brainwashing. So, but I did it. I did it. Just so I could talk about it, give my views of it. But I really wanted people to come on here and give me their opinions. But because the bastards at YouTube censored me and deleted my previous channel, I have to start from scratch. I'm only very lucky that Tracy Jackson appeared here. So I want to thank Tracy Jackson. The future ain't good, y'all. It ain't good. I'm not going to watch another Fantastic Four. I'm sorry. The last one was all right. You know. And it was the same messages, the same propaganda in that last one. The rebooted one. They reboot this shit over and over. And this time they actually heard what the fans were complaining about and made it take place in the time period that the comic book first appeared. But the agenda never changes. It's just like if they don't got you in politics, they got you in religion. No matter what religion it is, they got you. Why do so many people swear up and down on the Bible, but they never read the Bible? They never read what Jesus said, but they always look for somebody to tell them what it says. Ever think about that? Oh, I can't read it. It wasn't made for me to understand it. But it's written in plain language. In the Bible, where it's symbolic, it's symbolic. Where it's literal, it's literal. How can you claim to follow Jesus and not read what he said? Or better yet, not behave the way he behaved? It amazes me. No worries, man. I'm in Europe and it's late here. Otherwise, I'd come on. Oh, I forget a lot of people who watch me are from different parts of the world. So I don't know. Right now it's 7:30 in my neck of the woods. So maybe other people who watch me are sleeping or just getting up. Thank you for reminding me about that. Tracy says, but my honest opinion of Superman was that it was a complete trash. They weakened Superman, and Henry Cavill was perfect. Yes, Henry Cavill was perfect. If only Henry Cavill was in a decent film. If only they chose Henry Cavill in Superman Returns instead of Brendan Routh. There were so many mistakes in that Superman Returns movie. And I told you what was going to happen with Zack Snyder. Once Zack Snyder's grubby hands got on the Superman franchise, its fate was sealed. Hack Snyder sucks and always will. And he's the butt buddy of James Gunn. So handing Superman over to James Gunn after Hack Snyder had it ain't really much of a difference. You're not getting an upgrade. Now, if the man by the name of Mel Gibson, who worked under Richard Donner, who learned from Richard Donner, was given Superman, the messages and the propaganda would still be in it, but it would be a better film. But they're giving these movies to jobbers that they can control. Last night, I was going through YouTube and I seen a video, a couple of months old, maybe a year old, of David Ayer finally bitching and complaining what they did to his version of Suicide Squad. The man almost was practically crying about it. Now, why does Hack Snyder get chances? Why does he get opportunities, second chances? But David Ayer doesn't. And David Ayer's a better director than goddamn Snyder. Because nobody liked his piece of shit movie David Ayer's Suicide Squad had to suffer. Had to be changed, re-edited. Made no sense. When you get a bunch of commercial motherfuckers to edit your movie, it's not going to make any sense. Just Clark Kent as Superman. Also, I can't stand James Gunn DC Universe. Peacemaker looks trash. Dance sequence is supposed to be funny. Feels but this is an old motherfucker who still think he's young. Just look at him. Just look at the face of this miserable fake Jew known as James Gunn. Him and Snides. These are men in their 50s. I think Snyder might be in his 60s now. How old are these motherfuckers? Let's find out how old these motherfuckers are. James Gunn. $58. Still trying to be cool. Still trying to be relevant. 58. How old is Snyder? Zack Snyder. $59. These are motherfuckers almost 60 years old. Giving you what they think. And then and what the modern audience wants with Superman. And let's be truthful here. Nobody gives a fuck about Superman, man. Nobody. The people ain't reading comic books like they used to no more. These things ain't popular like they used. Films and movies, they're no longer popular like they used to be anymore. That's the truth, Ruth. Hollywood, you hit the nail on the head. The whole punk rock music in Superman. I truly believe he thought it would be cool, but it came off cringy. Of course it came out cringy. These were never good directors to begin with. Look at the talent that made and produced Superman 78. Richard Donner, director of The Omen. Richard Donner. No, Richard Donner. I'm about to lose my electricity. If by any chance I get cut off, y'all, looks like the heat's fucking around with the power, so I might go off, okay? It's not my fault, just in case it happens. Richard Donner, director of the Lethal Weapon franchise, The Goonies, some of Superman 2, Superman 78, The Omen. Who wrote Superman 78? Who was involved in that? Mario Puzo, writer of the Godfather films. Who was in the original Superman movie of Caliber? Martin Brando, Gene Hackman. And even by the time she was in the movie, Margot Kidder was a rising star. Too bad she got hooked on drugs and alcohol. Supposedly. That's what I heard. But that's a whole different level, y'all. And then this son of a bitch, this 60-year-old wannabe pretending to be Irish prick. And what's his real name? Let's talk about this faggot. Sorry, I don't know if he's homosexuals. James Gunn. Is that your real name? Is that your real name? James Francis Gunn Jr. I don't know. I don't think that was... Let's read your history again. I did this before, and I'm going to read it again. Francis James Gunn Jr. was born on August 5th, 1966 in St. Louis, Missouri, to parents James F. Gunn, an attorney, and Leota Lee Heineck. He was raised Catholic in the St. Louis suburb of Manchester, Missouri. He has 5 siblings: actor Sean, actor and political writer Matt, screenwriter Brian, Patrick, and Beth. I wonder what politics Matt follows. Gunn is of Irish descent, his father coming from an Irish immigrant family. Gunn has stated that his family's surname was originally the Irish name MacGilligan or MacGilgun, and that it means sons to the servants of the God of the dead. Oh, I'm not surprised. It actually means son of the brown youth. Okay, now it makes sense. Ready for this? Listen carefully. Gunn and his brothers all attended the Jesuit St. Louis University High School. That's all it. That's it. Right there. The Jesuits. That's all I needed to read. The Society of Jesus, also known as the Jesuit Order or the Jesuits, is a religious order of clerics regular of pontifical right for men in the Catholic Church, headquartered in Roma. It was founded in 1540 by Ignatius of Loyola and 6 companions with the approval of Pope Paul III. The Society of Jesus is the largest religious order in the Catholic Church and has played a significant role in education, charity, humanitarian acts, and global policies. The Society of Jesus is engaged in evangelization and apostolic ministry in 112 countries. Jesuits work in education, research, and cultural pursuits. They also conduct retreats, minister in hospitals and parishes, sponsor direct social and humanitarian works, and promote ecumenical dialogue. Ecumenical dialogue. Ecumenical dialogue. And what was the video I did a couple of days ago about? The evils of ecumenicalism. So there you go. Another branch of the mystery religion of Babylon. Another branch of Freemasonry. Another branch of the fucking Illuminati. There you go. You see, y'all gotta study the people that make these movies. You gotta study these people that write these books. The people you watch on TV, what they want you to believe religiously, what they want you to believe politically. You have to study who they are. Once you find out where they're coming from, then you understand the propaganda. Mario Puzo writing. John Williams music. Another one. John Williams did the music. Brando, Reeves, come on now. And Reeves was an unknown at the time. I think he was doing plays somewhere on stage somewhere. The last good show based on Superman after 1978's film was Smallville. I just wish it had ended on season 7. I think once Lex Luthor was no longer part of the show, Michael Rosenbaum, the perfect Lex Luthor, and find out why I'm saying this the way I'm saying it. I know the reason why he's the perfect Lex Luthor. And if you've been watching my show long enough, you know what I mean by that. And it won't get any better. I mean, everything was there. Everything you need to have a successful film based on Superman is already there. So if they can't give it to you, if they don't want to give it to you, it's because they're destroying it on purpose. Right? If it doesn't feel like Superman, doesn't remind you of Superman, it's not Superman. It's something else. If you go see Transformers, it doesn't feel like Transformers. Optimus Prime ain't acting like Optimus Prime. It's because it's not Optimus Prime. You got to fucking realize this. Tracy says, wait, Hollywood, I don't know if you watch Guardians of the Galaxy 3, but if you see how they handled Adam Warlock, he knew he was a wrong person to direct Superman. Well, no, I did not watch Guardians of the Galaxy 3. I think I watched the first two. Because Guardians of the Galaxy, Guardians of the Secret of the Ages, Guardians of the Secrets of the Ages, that's something else the Illuminati calls themselves. They put it in everything. They put themselves in everything. Or representatives of themselves. I only watched the first two movies. And since Guardians of the Galaxy doesn't mean shit to me, I didn't really give a fuck. I just watched it, you know, I guess for fun. I remember the game was pretty good. I don't know if I bought it, but I know I played the game. The game was actually way better than the movies. That's another thing. Why are these video games based on Superman and Batman and the Guardians of the Galaxy? How can the people making the games do better? Even if the same rubbish, the same mumbo jumbo's in it, at least the games feel like the goddamn source material. I'm playing that Injustice game, part 2, and it's awesome. It's fucking great. The first 3 Arkham games were perfect before they fucked it up with Arkham Knight. The first 3 were perfect. How can they get it right in the games and get it wrong? It just shows you. It just shows you. Well, I was hoping people would join me live so I can hear their opinions, what they had to say in defense, pro or against this new Superman movie. But no one's showing up, so I'm going to call it quits early. Was the new Superman movie the worst shit I've ever seen in my life? No. I've seen worse. I've actually really seen worse. You know what this new Superman should have been? This new Superman movie should have been, if it's going to be completely different, it should have been the sequel to Brightburn. That's what this Superman movie should have been. Change the names, and it should have been the sequel to Brightburn. That's it. Well, I think games have to be, because they're interactive, you know. But anyway, I want to thank you, Tracy Jackson. Those watching later, hopefully in the future, I can have others join me live, people who have balls, like Tracy Jackson here. Let me see. How am I going to end this? What am I going to listen to? What should I put on? I got some here. Hold on. The number of the beast. Superman 666. If you want to know what Superman is really about, read the works of Nietzsche, of Madame Blavatsky. Read what Hitler used to talk about. The Superman, the master race, the chosen people. Up, and I